Hello, beautiful people. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to improv. Friends, improv strikes fear into everyone's heart, but it's going to be fine. Miss Ati is here for the rescue. I'm going to be teaching you 3 different strategic ways to do better improv in class and to not feel so nervous. We're going to be running through all of those exercises, and then I have some pro tips for you guys. So buckle up, get some confidence, and let's do this. Oh, but first, our patron of the week, Aria Black. Thank you so much for all of your support and love and your sweet, sweet message. Congratulations, and we're so happy to have you part of the family. Okay guys, so first, what is improv? Improv is short for improvisation, and it's when you just create your movement in place, in the moment, on the spot. You have no prior choreography, you didn't learn anything, you're just in the present moment. So that's why it's so intense, because you're like, you forget how to dance when the moment comes and you can't think of anything. So the first thing we're going to focus on is texture. Texture is one of our strategies, and what I mean by texture is bumpy, smooth, gooey, rough, whatever, anything you can think of. I want you to pick one of those things, and that's what's going to inspire your improv. So, for example, because I know you're like, what are you talking about, lady? The first thing would be, Bray, do you like bumpy or smooth better?
Smooth.
Smooth, good choice. So, all right, your teacher says it's time to improv across the floor, and I'm like, oh my God, okay, what did Miss Ati say? Think about texture. So something smooth. One of my movements could be imagining running your hand along a smooth wall, okay? And then after, maybe your hair is really soft, you feel your hair. Or you're running your hands over smooth water. So what you're doing is you're creating movement using your imagination and your improvisational skills, but your impetus, your inspiration, the catalyst of it all, so many synonyms, is texture. So instead of standing there and being like, okay, I guess I'll just walk and then turn around, and all you're thinking about is stressing over your improv, instead, you're thinking about how something feels. So that was smooth. Now for bumpy, you can maybe start your improv thinking that you're walking over bumpy rocks, right? And then maybe you're in a car and you go over a speed bump. So right there, you just created a little phrase, a little piece of choreography, thinking of bumpy texture. Go over the rocks, go over the bump in the car. You guys, you're getting it. Next strategy are the elements: earth, air, fire, water. Dance. Okay, so the same idea that you were using with the texture strategy, for the element strategy, you want to think of embodying one of those elements. Fred, pick an element for me.
Water.
Water, good choice. Okay, water can move really turbulent or really smooth and serene. Water could be really cold, it could be really warm. So you want to think of all of these different facets and bring them into your imagination so that you can create a little improv across the floor. So for me, I'm going to be in cold, smooth, calm water. So I'm cold here, maybe I go underneath the water. Maybe I push my hands through the surface of the water, and then I'm standing up here. I gather the water in like a bucket, okay? And I throw it onto the sand. So that little phrase just got me across the floor in an improv, but it was inspired by an element. With fire, you can think of touching hot fire, or how the flames would grow up and grow out, how they would spark out and create a lot of warmth. What are the other elements?
Wind.
Air, wind, earth, wind, fire. Think how air and wind moves around, how it can be really silent, or it can be something that's more aggressive and like punctures through like tornadoes. So you really have to not be afraid of looking like a dork. You have to let go of how you look and just kind of go into your body, Think of everything in your imagination and let it come out through your movement. Our third strategy is points of contact. What? So points of contact takes a little bit of practice, just as almost everything in dance does. But points of contact is literally what is touching something else. So right now when I'm standing, I have my feet on the floor. That is my point of contact on the floor. Now, if I step forward, I have the rest of my foot on the floor. What you want to think about is what is not touching yet. So for me, I'm thinking, okay, my knee can now touch the floor. So my knee is now a point of contact. What is not touching yet? My hand. How can I get my hand on the floor? That's now a point of contact. And then I'm thinking, okay, my elbow is free. So I can put my elbow to the floor. My booty can now also become a point of contact. So I know it's kind of a complex idea, but what you're thinking about is what is touching as a point of contact and what is not touching yet that you can use. So let's rewind that. I have both feet down, I take one step. My knee is now a new point of contact. My hand is now a new point of contact. My elbow's free, ready to go. My booty is free, ready to go. Now I'm thinking, okay, what hasn't hit the floor yet or become another point of contact? My head. So I'm gonna put my head to the floor. Now my back can also become a point of contact here. Now, what's floating in the air, Brayden?
Knees.
My knees. How can I get my knees on the floor? Maybe another roll to get up to my knee. So this one's probably the trickiest one because it takes a lot of starting and stopping, so you're not so choppy. You'll get the flow of it after you practice a few times. So just think of what's touching the floor or the wall or the person next to you, wherever you're improving, and what is not touching and can be used as your next point of contact. Have fun, you guys. Speed round, pro tips. Number 1, get out of the mirror. Everyone looks in the mirror when they're doing improv and it's just gonna stop your creative flow because you're worried about what you look like. Number 2, be careful of watching other people. Don't just stand there with your head down. You can watch and support other people, but if it's making you insecure or nervous of what you're doing yourself, maybe don't pay attention to who's going across the floor. Number 3, speaking of going across the floor, maybe don't go at the beginning or at the end because the person who goes first has a lot of pressure. Everyone's watching. You kind of set the tone for the improv. And the person who goes last also has everyone over on the other side who's already finished and they're watching you go across. So I will just nestle your little body right in the middle so that you're nice and cozy. And last but not least, practice improv. And this sounds really silly and like it doesn't make any sense because how could you practice improvising? But that's exactly it. Go in your room, put on some music, let yourself flow. Go in the studio if you can rent some space, put on some music, use the strategies that I have, and get yourself practicing making things up on the spot, and it'll get a lot easier and a lot less scary. You guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you so stinking much. Make sure you find us on all the socials, at Miss Ati, at Brayden Bear. Sign up for Patreon, you guys. The patrons are getting all this exclusive content and we get to chit chat and message, and it's been so much fun. So hop on patreon.com/Miss Ati as well. Our email list is still poppin', and that's at atikamal.com. What else, Bray? Oh, send us mail. Here's a little address below. You guys, if you like this vlog, then awesome. If you didn't, I don't know. If you didn't, I get sad, I feel, right, B? Mm-hmm. If you didn't, I don't want to hear it. You guys comment below what you loved about it, and don't forget to tag me on Instagram so I can post you on my babeh's story highlight. See you later.